10. William's strangest story. William hated up in the mornings. He loved lying in his warm bed and thinking about flying in space rockets or finding dinosaurs. That was much more interesting than getting ready for school. He was late for school nearly every day. But he enjoyed thinking of stories to tell his teacher too. I'm late because our dog ate my thefts homework, so I had to do that again before I had my breakfast, and my little sister threw my school uniform in the bath. Mom had to dry it before I put it on. And someone stole that car at midnight last night, so I had to walk all the way here. Of course, didn't believe William's stories, but the other children in the class loved them. You might win a writing competition one day, his best friend said. You might write a storybook one day. You might be famous, the others said. One morning, William lay in bed thinking about visiting other planets. When he turned the mobile phone and saw the time, he thought, "Oh no, I'm going to be late again." He jumped out of bed and started getting dressed. Then he remembered something important. He had to take a dictionary, a pair of scissors, some glue, and a bowl of wool to school. He needed for his English, art, geography, and science lessons that day. He found them, but it was already 2 minutes to 9 when his lessons started at 9 o'clock. So he had to run very fast. He ran so fast that he fell over and hit his head on the ground. When he opened his eyes, he wasn't on the street by the school playground. He was sitting on the spaceship, and the space was laughing and pointing its long fingers at him. Ha ha ha. Ah, well, third William, today I'm going to be really late for school. The space monster said. The William understand, but monster was pointing at William's rucksack. So William opened it. His dictionary fell out. The space monster hopped over, picked it up, smelled it, and then ate it. That tasted delicious, it said. Wow, thought William, that's fantastic. Now it can speak English. When I get home, I'm going to pick my Spanish dictionary. What a sack. Earth boy, a space monster asked. William started the scissors. Touched them with a small finger. What do you use these for? It asked. William looked for something that could cut. He saw a square piece of gold and silver paper next to Spaceship's computer. It had lots of stripes and spots on it. For cutting, William said, and started cutting paper in half. The spaceship suddenly stopped moving. No, stop! That was my most important space map, the space monster said. Wow, thought William. I have got a really big problem now. Without a map, it might take me much more time to get to school. Then the space monster saw William's glue and ball of wool. It picked them up, but the glue fell through his fingers and dropped on the floor. The top came off and the glue came out. That went all over Space Monster's feet. Ooh. Do you drink this or wash it? Space Monster asked. Jump in it and see, William answered. The monster jumped into the glue and tried to jump out again, but it couldn't. It threw the wool ball in the air, where it started round and round. The wall round and round his arms too. So the monster couldn't move at all. It shouted. It was forgetting its English words. I've got a horrible headache because but your strange language. You've broken my spell, and now I can't move my arms. I'm sending you home. Go home now. William was suddenly on the ground outside the empty school playground. It was 9:05. He ran into his classroom and said, I'm sorry, I'm late. You see, I was in the spaceship and I couldn't get away. A space monster ate my dictionary. Then I cut up the space map so the spaceship couldn't move. I glued the space monster's feet to the floor and the wall all round his arms, which made it really angry. But everything's okay now. His friend couldn't stop laughing. Well, the teacher said, William, that's the strangest story you've ever told me. I don't believe any of it. William smiled and looked inside his empty rucksack. Well, I know all of it really happened. He laughed.